It's Brother Om, and I'm Oming tonight. And tonight we're going to build on tonight's build. It's not 2 a.m., give thanks. It's only 12 a.m. But tonight we're going to build on the elements of a peaceful society. And then we're going to get into a little bit of the structure of how an eco-village or eco-society works. And we're going to give it to you. And, really just give information and see if this is something that you can obtain and fathom. Because Omvillage, we are building a village. We're building a village. Check us out at Omvillage. I'm going to put it into the key.org. Check us out. If anyone would like to contact me about the actual village, please give me an inbox. I look forward to the conversations with you all, to politic back and forth. Also, if you want to check out Omvillage's jewelry, and all of the things that Omvillage is selling on the website, you can go to that website, omvillage.org. And everything that you purchase will be going in support of the intentional community Omvillage. And you can also donate there too as well. So we have handcrafted jewelry and things of that nature. And then we have a place where you can donate. So here's some of the elements of Omvillage, of having a peaceful society. And this is one of the main goals, or why we're creating Omvillage, to be a model for the rest of the world, to, jump in the bandwagon. I think there's probably over in the United States, there's over 3,500 intentional communities in the United States. So a lot of people don't even know, there's intentional communities there can be hundreds in your backyard and you have no clue and you have no idea. But if you go on Google and type in intentional communities, the list of intentional communities that are near you, sometimes they have an open door policy where you can knock on their door to see how their village or how their community is ran. I urge you to do that, especially if you have interest in building an intentional community. You heard? You heard. All right. Blessed be the Most High. So our intentional community is built on sustainable goals. Okay. These sustainable goals are goals that, we as a collective or as a group, we can go in and focus on some of the key elements of a society that would provide peace and do obtainable goals that, most definitely that we can do to achieve. So some of the first goals in having a peaceful society is the people. We have to ensure healthy lives, knowledge, and an inclusion of women and children and the elderly, and the men. So that's one of the major goals, is the people. We really want to focus on the health of the people. So how we'll focus on the health of the people is the environment. The environment that we provide at Omvillage is a holistic, natural jungle environment, tropical environment that will give you plenty of enough oxygen, plenty of enough sun, in order for you to thrive, healthily in those kind of environments. Also, we will be having medical assistants that will be there. There will be nurses. There will also be a doctor on board. And that's one of the biggest reasons that we would, secure the health of the people of the village. Also, the knowledge piece. The knowledge piece will be introducing into Omvillage, the Omvillage school. Omvillage school and the structure. We will be taking, doing online school for the children between K through 12, and the adults can also take classes. They have a lot of pharmaculture, different classes that we can focus on to help build the village. We can take those online too as well. So, think about those, manifest those, build on those, and, bring something to the village that is going to be of worth. Holla at your boy. So, and then we want to include the women and the children. Women and the children and the elderly are really a major part of the village, because without having a strong women, you're not going to have any strong children. And if you don't have any strong children and no strong women, how are we going to have strong elderly? When elderly people get old, they're prone to slip and falls. They're prone to all kinds of different things, as their body ages. So providing a more holistic, easy lifestyle for them, to where, there's not a McDonald's around the corner or a barbecue joint. They don't have to sit up here and think about their health being compromised by just the options. They most definitely will have the most holistic and healthy options that they possibly can. And also we're urging and providing health care for all of them, at least minor health care. And if there's any other serious issues, we will most definitely have a doctor on board, and we will most definitely hopefully be close by to a local hospital that could see to if anyone had a fall or had any other issue medically, that they can get help. So that's the knowledge piece. That's the knowledge. That's the children piece, and that's the health. The healthy life piece. We also want to go for, when we're developing this eco village, one of the main goals is the planet. The planet, as we all know, if you don't know, the planet is in huge distress right now due to all of the vehicles on the planet, also due to the government bodies all around the world. They're kind of coming together finally to do major changes within how they conduct business that harm the planet. So those are some great things that, that our governments around the world are doing. Are they doing it fast enough? They knew it was coming, but they're not doing it fast enough. But government moves slow for a reason. It's really for the safety and healthy of millions and millions and billions of people. The reason why they don't move fast. So it's better for them to move at a snail's pace. But as they're moving at a snail's pace, we as individuals can put our best foot forward and take the initiative of saving our planet. Some of the reasons some of the ways how we can save our planet is recycle. Make sure you're not dumping all kinds of toxic things down the sink, and the reusable water that we do reuse. Make sure you're not polluting it. Make sure you're having a zero carbon emission. Make sure you're not always gassing up your car. Get these electric cars that they have out now, which are amazing, by the way. This is not a shout out to Toyota, but Toyota is doing some amazing things. Nissan is doing some amazing things with the Leaf. I think eventually, I know the Leaf it only goes like 100 miles per hour, but I think eventually the Leaf is going to, for an economy car, I think it's going to outdo Tesla's car. Once the Leaf has the ability to go, let's say, 20,000 miles with just on solar power, for an economy car, that's going to change the planet. So we need to put prayers out for Leaf to make that vehicle. We also need to put prayers out for Toyota, the Toyota Prius, the economy car, the Toyota Prius. Put prayers out for those people that are engineering those cars, that they can develop a car that will, basically save the planet, man. I don't want to be, or I know you don't want to be breathing all of this toxic fumes that we breathe from all these vehicles. The only best way that we possibly can is to cut our emissions. So we have to put meditation out there for big multinational companies that have huge influence over how economy is here in America and also how economy is around the world. And Toyota, Nissan are some of the economy cars that do have that need. So I give thanks that we're even able to talk about a car that, that fills up with 5 gallons of gas and goes, God darn it, like 2,500 miles. Like that conversation is amazing. As long as gas prices can stay the same where we're not using all this gas, it's amazing. So it changes the dynamic of do we have to use the certain kind of fuel that we're using. So the planet getting back to the subject, the planet for our eco village, Omvillage, is to protect an ecosystem for all societies and our children. That's one of the main goals, man. When someone gets ready to have children, one of the things that they really think about and take into consideration the safety, the health of that child, and the environment that child is going to grow up, because the environment, the influences, the education, the knowledge, proper knowledge to children is very, very, very important. And here I hate to compare and contrast the society that we live in to another society or to another utopian society, so to say. But, it's kind of like we have to kind of play devil's advocate of where we live too as well. We have to be critical about where we live so we can know where we want to go, basically. So, so if you live in a place that is not sustainable, we have to take into consideration the places that are and the places that we're going to build. So the planet is one of the key factors to building this eco village, Omvillage, and our children, teaching them properly about the planet and saving the forest, saving the fish, all of the mining that they're doing all around the world, cutting the mining, teaching them what mining does to the planet, how it destroys all kinds of human life, eco life, plant life. It's just very destructive. So being able to teach them the proper education about themselves, firstly, and then also about the planet. So when they grow up, they can also be caretakers of the planet and take on, most definitely take on the banner, take on the fire to pass down to their children that, hey, you're going to be caretakers one day. And this is what you're going to have to do to take care of the planet. Also, the dignity to end poverty and fighting inequality. Omvillage, we have a dignity and poverty piece that we have within our system. The reason why we have that in our system, man, is in order to move forward in this life, we've noticed and we've gathered information that we have to reach back. And reaching back is an African philosophy of know where you, in order to know where you're going, you have to know where you came from. So everyone at one time came from a place of, if they didn't have it, maybe they achieved it later on in life. But we always want to reach back to show that there's a chain of humanity, of that we're caring for one another, and that, we're teaching one another, and that we're telling, it's not just a handout. I'm more of like say what we do at Omvillage, it's a hand up, because we're not only dedicated on feeding 10,000 families in 2019, we're dedicated on educating those 10,000 families on, the eco environment and also saving the planet, so that's a big, big piece. We have the prosperity to grow a strong, inclusive, and transformative economy. So the economy in Omvillage would probably be the last piece that we would delve deep in, because the economy has to deal with the monetary gain. We more of want to keep that kind of conversation to, keep that kind of conversation to selective people within the community. That's a community issue when we talk about economy, because there's a few things that economies do, or little villages do. When they're in the village, they barter and they trade. That's one system of especially when you're starting out, of trading back and forth resources and aids that we bring into the community, but also having community shops, where commerce can be done at. Also having, community work ethic. So when and if at that time there's somebody in the community that is, let's say they're a plumber, or let's say they're an electrician, or let's say they're a contractor, or, let's say that they have a vast knowledge of a specific area that someone else's needs in that village. Well, one thing that we would encourage is for, if there's work that needs to be done in the village, that you contract within the village, the villagers that live there. For one reason, or some of the main reasons that we say contract with them, is to build some kind of solidarity. It's also to build up the community and the reassurance that the people that you live with can take care of your resources. If you got somebody then that you live with right next door to you, and that can take care of the issue that or the job that you need done, we contract with them. And that agreement or that contract that you would have with them, either you barter or you do some kind of commerce, or you quid pro quo this for that. However you decide, then you could reassure that person would get paid. The prosperity of forgive me for babbling, but however you contract that agreement, that's how the villagers will honor, will honor their prosperity. And by doing that, you ensure the economy of the village to last for a long time. So use the villages if you need something done, and prayerfully, the villagers will have the ability to have things done there, and we won't have to outsource our resources to others. Justice, to promote safety, peace, a peaceful society, and a strong institutions. This is a very big piece too, as well. Especially when we talk about the peace part. The peace part is a huge part. One of the reasons why the peace part is a huge part is because, I think the level of peace that one has in the cities is always being challenged, because again, you live amongst millions and millions of people that you may have never saw, but they live right next to you for 20 or 15 or 10 or 5 years, and you never talk to them. So that's kind of nerve wracking. So, but we get used to the nerve wracking piece. So the peace element and the safety element the villagers would provide safety and safety accounts, just like they have neighborhood watch. If there's any foreign animals, or there's any people walking around in the village that we don't know, there's a very open communication line. We'll also have places for villagers to do also security. We'll also have people to do groundwork to keep some of the naturalists. They'll do some of the groundwork on the outskirts of the village to keep the majority of animals away from the property line of the village, and also just maintaining that peace. If there's any disputes in the village, being able to address those disputes in a group manner. If not in a group manner, we'll have some psychologists there that will most definitely play a hand, at least have a psychology background. Most definitely play a hand if there's any relationships disputes or family disputes, different things of that nature. And even if it's not, we can always outsource a psychologist to come in, and visit the village, 3 or 4 times a year, to talk to the villagers, to, squash out some of the, if there's tension built up or people not being able to communicate back and forth, but somehow just building a system that will most definitely be healthy. Partnership to a catalyst of global solidarity for sustainability and development. This is a big piece too as well, because when we're going into foreign environments or foreign governments or foreign places, there's a piece to being able to partnership with those governments to let them know that, hey, we're healers of the world. We're healers of the planet. These are our goals. These are some of the things that we want to obtain here in your country. Is there open chain of line of communication where we can get those things done, and also help out the local government, help out get the people back on their feet. Not only just back on their feet, but educating people on how they can do things differently that would be more sustainably easy for them to do to honor the planet. I think everyone needs that kind of information, especially people in rural neighborhoods. Not saying that they don't have a whole bunch of ancient information that they utilize already that is sustainable. And we're going to do some learning between us too as well. But not to say that they don't have the education, but we also want to have an open door policy of information. If someone knows to do a thing better or to do it more efficient or faster, we always want to go with that. We always want to go with the best result to making things happen, in a, more fluent way. So we're always open for knowledge, and hopefully the people that we're around, they'll be hoping for our knowledge too as well. So, if for those that don't know what an eco village is, or what an intentional community is, intentional community is not or eco village is not a, commune. It's in the collective of people that have gathered together with the same agendas and the same mind state of saying, hey, this is how we want to live, and this is how we want to honor the planet, and we want to be around other like thinkers or other like people as us too as well. So that's why in the village we don't have any like religious quotas or anything. We're not connected to any religion or company of that nature. So there won't be any and we're not opposed any religion. We're not opposed any of that as well, but there is a structure that we want to keep, people's personal relationships between what they believe and what they don't believe is between them. As long as their personal beliefs don't harm any of the other villages or disturb other people's peace, then peace. Very well. Get on. We don't want to be involved with people that are aggressively trying to promote a brand of religion or a brand of something that is going to be abusive to others, basically. So an eco village is a place where people come together and build a village that is sustainable to the planet, that honors the planet. So how would that look? That would look like, one of the major things that the Eco Village focuses on is food, clothing, and shelter. And we can do those. I think it starts out of the way. It's more shelter, food, and clothing, and water. So if we think about the shelter piece is basically built on being able to use all of the natural resources that we have within the jungle or within the town that we live in. Not being able to, we use all local material. So we use the wood. We would use all of the local. If we need to build bricks, we wouldn't outsource to get bricks. We would use the bricks there. If we need to do propane, then we use the propane that was actually there. Is the meaning of just not having our carbon footprint so dramatic that we have to go 30 minutes, 10 hours down the way to achieve our goal of living sustainably on the planet. So we want to cut those resources in the Eco Village and use everything that's local. Growing our food. Our food is a huge thing. Food forestry, being able to go in the village and there be plants, fruits that that we can live off of, that is there. If they're not there, we can most definitely plant those, and have a farm of planting village trees, village plants that kind of be a sustainable basis for our food. So instead of having to, go out to the market in the next 2 to 3 years, as those plants start to grow, like the banana plants, the mango plants, the avocado plants, when we plant enough trees and enough fruit trees there that, some of the common fruits that people eat, we most definitely will be able to cut our pocket to as well, and now having the outsource to go out to buy local produce. So being able to cut there. So the food is a big thing. The farming, the farmer culture, huge thing in the Eco Village. Shelter, food, clothing. Being able, clothing is, clothing, being able to have the most naturalist clothing that we possibly can, that, even from our shoes to their products that we put in our hair, making sure that they do not harm the village or do not harm the forest that we're next to, because it's not like how we have in the city, where a lot of the water system, and a lot of people don't understand the water systems within their city and how their water systems work and how much of that water is being reused or if it's not. So a lot of that water is being reused. So even if it is being reused, in the jungle system, we won't have these big refineries to refine the water 3, 4 times, 100 times to make it, purified water without a whole bunch of stuff. So when we're there, we want to make sure the drainage system that we're flushing things into the jungle that is not going to harm our jungle. So that's an Eco Village in just straight facts for you. So, this live, I wanted to give out what an Eco Village was. If you're interested, again, hit me up at Omvillage, inbox me. We're on the move. January 2019. It's going down. We're going to announce, hopefully in November. We're going to announce in November where we're going at the end of November, and also the itinerary of what we'll be doing in January. So just to put everybody up on it, keep putting your prayers, put your meditation out there. Hope you out there doing the right thing, not getting in the wrong thing. And you're calculating your steps, and you're planning out your wisdom, and you're doing things that are great. Step out of yourself, step out of your box. If you're feeling stressed, if you're not feeling blessed, get into a place, get into a mission, get into a thought that's going to get you there. Because one thing about this life, it will take you away from life so much that you don't even know where you're going. So you always want to know where you're going and what you're going to. A lot of times people get involved in work, they get involved in school, they get involved in relationships, and those things consume them so much that they can't move forward. We always want to make sure that whatever we're involved with is a part of our agenda, our own personal agenda. And if you don't have a personal agenda, I beg you all to get a personal agenda. Get a family agenda. Get an agenda that you can see materialize and manifest. A lot of times what happens when people get down on themselves or get all jacked up and messed up is because they don't have a personal agenda. They don't have a family agenda. You know, if you just waking up every day, drinking water, eating your vegetables, and doing what got us jacked up is that we don't know where we're going. What is the goal for the next 5 years? What's your goal for the next 10 years? Let alone some people don't even have a goal for the next year. You know what I mean? You got to have a family agenda, and you got to stick to your agenda when you do have your family agenda, and you got to speak whatever you want to manifest into existence. You know, it's no more just blundering and just wondering if you're going to get there, and if you don't have a family, if you don't have friends, plan that agenda between you and the Most High. Write that joint down in a diary somewhere. Put all of your words and the things that you want to manifest into fruition. You can also make vision boards. Vision boards is a huge thing for people to do to set their agendas. Those vision boards are huge because it allows the eye to be able to manifest it without you even seeing anything. For us being human, one of the biggest things, other than our heart being able to beat and flow our blood from our head to our toe, was the eye. The eye of Ra is so important, right? Because we can be able to see in different perspective, different ways. We have different ways of perception. So images, that's what they did in Egypt. And that's what they not only did in Egypt, but they did in Ecuador. They did in Americas. They did in Alaska. They did in Japan. All of the ancients use symbols to speak to generations because I think they knew that language would change. You could look in a symbol or image right now that's on the wall of Khafre, or in the Khafre pyramid, or you can look at a symbol in some of these ancient buildings, and that symbol speaks to you without you even knowing the language. Think about that. So those vision boards are very, very healthy, or very, very strong metaphysical tactic that you can use to manifest your desires and manifest your agenda. So make sure this week, if you don't have an agenda, write your agenda down. Write that joint down. Put it down on a piece of paper. Put it away in a safe place once you write your agenda. And then you just go forward your agenda. And when you're on your agenda, if you have a problem making agendas, make small agendas. You can make weekly agendas just to get in the rhythm of accomplishing your goals. Make a weekly. If your weekly agenda, I'm going to wash these clothes, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to clean up that. Whatever your weekly agenda is, stick to it. Make sure it counts. Keep it moving. Keep it going so you can grow to make bigger agendas for your life, for your family, for your loved ones, and keep it moving. That's where people fail. They fail to plan. Everyone on the planet wants to be successful. Everyone on the planet wants to, have success, not necessarily even wealth. The majority of people want success. A lot of people don't want wealth because once they get wealth, it's harder to keep wealth than it is to gain it. And anybody can gain wealth, but can you keep it? That's a major thing about wealth. So people don't necessarily want wealth, but they want success. They want to be able to know when they go out to set an agenda that they can accomplish it. That they can accomplish their goals. You know what that does when you accomplish your goal? When you feel like you've obtained the ability to accomplish your goal in a peaceful manner, and you didn't hurt nobody, you didn't hurt yourself, everything is all peace, and man, it does wonders for the mind. So let's get to our goals. Let's stick to our goals. Hit me up. We're about good vibes. We're a plant-based society at Omvillage. So I know a lot of people still eat meat. Hey, I get it. You know what I mean? I was there. I ain't been there for years upon years now, but I was there and I know how to meat anything is. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that we're not going to build a meat eater society one day. Maybe one day we'll do that too as well. But right now we're sticking with plant-based villages. Harmonize. Making the first 3 villages that we do at least be plant-based. And then we'll go to the other vegetarian villages. Then we'll do a pescatarian village. And then we'll do a meat-eating village. At least give people a chance to go from one state to the next. Because when you're going from pescatarian, vegetarian, not eat no meat, you need you just can't go cold turkey off these things. You know what I'm saying? Some people might need to live in a meat village for 6 months, then wants to inspire to be a vegan. Then they like, okay, I want to move. I want to be a pescatarian. I just want to eat fish. So they do that for a year to 6 months. And then after that, they'll go from, hey, I want to be a vegan. I don't want to eat no more fish because the fish is filthy. They got mercury in all the fish, and all of the runoff from all of the factories is going in the water. The fish got all kind of cancer, all kind of dumb shit on it. I don't want to eat fish. Okay, those people don't want to eat fish. They can come live in a vegan village. You know what I'm saying? We'll just change the reaction to let people know that, hey, there's levels to life. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to life. You just don't have to be so rigid and stuck in one idea or one manifestation. That we're open to build. If you open to build on your structure and your life, we open to build with you too as well. It's all about helping humanity, helping each other. So let's focus on some of the things that we talked about in this video. I was mumbling a little bit. Again, I'm doing these videos late at night, and you know what I'm saying? I done had a whole long day. So a lot of these words that you getting from me today, my thoughts and everything is ran out. I'm really trying to rest now and recharge up for tomorrow. So, but I do it late night for main reasons, because because I do watch after my loved ones during the day, and also I do it at night because it's more peaceful at night. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of thoughts going on at night. A lot of people asleep. You know what I'm saying? The avenue and the air is a lot purer at night. Even when you drink water at night, everything just seems a lot more calmer and peaceful. So, everybody's not up running and racing, and that's one of the major things you want to get out the vibration and put it out in the universe at night, because everything is calm. You know what I'm saying? You ever try to yell and tell somebody in the mall that, hey, I love you? They can't hardly hear you because they got millions of people around you. It's the same thing with putting out your intentions and the things that you want to do in your life. A lot of times you don't want to put that stuff out during the day because everybody putting out their intentions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody putting out the things they want to accomplish, and everybody going to devour or going to seek for peace during the day. But rarely people are doing it at night. So we do it at night while people are asleep, so we can get a clear road, shortcut to the universe, shortcut to the source. So we don't have to go around all of these hoops, that the majority of us have to live. So this is the reason why we do it at night. We cast our attentions at night, and we do our building at night. So peace to all of those that heard my words. Love you. Have a wonderful, peaceful, and productive day tomorrow. If you hear my words tomorrow, shout me out, inbox me, ask me about that village. Also go on omvillage.org. Pick up that handmade jewelry by Brother Om. We got shea butter on there now. We have sage. If you need sage in your area, you don't have it, we have it for a very good price. We have handmade jewelry. If you see, I'm gonna be posting a lot of jewelry on my on the Instagram, so people can, if you like crystals, if you're into crystals, I'm gonna be putting facts about crystals that help heal people. I'm gonna be giving education to people about crystals, about wearing crystals, about wearing them on your body, what it does for your meditation, how it rejuvenates your life, how it rejuvenates your cells, how it protects you from EMF waves that's going on in the cell phone, so it's not messing your life up and messing up everything else around you. I'm gonna be giving you facts about all of that. And hopefully the information I give you, you'll be in alignment with and you'll be in tune with. And, because at the end of the day, it's all about just helping as much as we possibly can, and just being that light in the dark, and achieving good goals. The person with purpose and the person with the mind state to change is a person that, gets all the cookies, that gets all the rewards. It's the person with the vision that lives forever, so we have a vision to own Village, and hopefully you are in alignment with our vision. If you're not, man, I'm going to be on here every night for the next 6-8 months, however, how many times I'm going to be on here every single night. So you're going to see my face in the stars. You're going to see my face all kinds of ways. I'm just trying to pass the information down to you from the creator, from the Omvillage, from all over, so you can feel the vibration and make some changes in your life. You know what I'm saying? So peace to all of those. Peace to the loved ones, the people that know me and don't know me. Peace to the gods unseen and unseen. Peace to those people that are in your religions. Hopefully you have a good religious weekend this week. If you don't, do some reflection back to see how you can have a better one next week. Hey, man, I love y'all. Have a peaceful, productive, and, wonderful night. All right.